where if I literally just made 50 lings and ran in after that last push, I would have won. But no, I decided to act like a dick, and now I'm getting punished for it. That is exactly what those games are like. But yeah, we're loaded into my favourite map, Daybreak, and in the top right position, we have got the blue Zerg PoYo. The blue Terran PoYo.
I was going to say, you've got a bit of a... It's okay. One thing I can say about Maddles, he doesn't see race. No, he doesn't see race, guys.
Nope.
He just... Everyone looks the same to him. Looks like... They look like changelings to him.
Everyone. I just see past their physical appearance.
In the bottom left, playing as the true Zerg, in red, is going to be LLL.Jona.
So... will we see Jonah take this 2-0? Because, I'm sorry, game 1, Jonah just was dominating them. Really well. If I had to predict now, just from seeing game 1, I'd say it was going to be a quick, easy 2-0. Because Jonah played it really solidly, everything went well, the Hellions were taken out effortlessly twice, the map control taken simplistically, and then the push was executed perfectly.
Whatever happens, we've got a 9 pull, so... yeah, 9 pull down for Jonah, so we're going to get aggressive here, and I do like this. This is another ballsy move. But yeah, that last game, he just looked a lot more crisp. Like, everything he was doing, he was going and he would get the Hellions and he'd surround them, kill them off immediately. And he'd do it again and again and again, and it just looked like he was just more on the ball than PoYo was. And PoYo going for a command center first again, and this is going to be painful for him.
Yeah, if you go command center first so early, you're going to run into problems, but he's going for the engineering bay block of a hatchery that isn't coming down. He didn't even come and check up in first. He's just like, engineering bay block! And then he's going to see some Zerg run out, and he's just going to be like, engineering bay block?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, you feel really, really good about yourself when you get that eBay block off, and you see the drone come down and like headbutt, and you're like, ha! But seeing these lings run past, he's like, oh... Maybe that wasn't the best idea.
It's gonna be a sad moment, and like, can he even see it yet? No, he can't. Oh, the drone comes down. Is he? No, has he seen this? No. Yeah, he has.
He must have. It got past the eBay.
Okay, but the eBay wasn't done, so its vision is really low.
Oh no! But he ran into the base of the ramp as they were running out. I'm sure he must have seen this. Well, he hasn't pulled any SUVs to the wall, which he's gonna have to do.
This is, yeah, okay, SUVs coming down now, but this is not many SUVs and a lot of Zerglings.
Yeah, he can actually nibble his way through that wall if he's not careful, but with the Marine there, it's going to scare him off. But he now can't, he's got to expand in his main, and he's got to wait a long time before he can do anything.
So this is kind of leveled things out in that both players have achieved very little.
Yeah, PoYo doesn't exactly get to do the opening build that he wants to. He has got that eBay block though, which has just been cancelled, but it delayed that expansion for a long time.
A long time. A long, long time.
A very long time. He's going to have 2 queens before his hatchery's even down.
This is the point where, as there's going to be so little going on here, as casters, we almost have to get to the point where we just start saying a long time and speaking really slowly to just whittle down the clock.
Yeah, because they have to go into a passive game now. The Zerg player can't touch the Terran player can't touch the Zerg.
It's literally like a high school disco, and the boys and girls are on each side of the room.
Zerg's on one side, Terran's on the other.
Just on the other. And they're just like, maybe you should go say hi, and they're just like, no.
There's an awkward glance between 2 of them, and they both look away, embarrassed
just try and
by
expand.
what just happened.
Yep, this is a pretty good analogy we're going on here. Also, the stream chat's gone completely dead. Come on, people. Either, literally, me and Greedy are just going to be sitting here thinking we've actually incapacitated you with laughter with how amusing we're being, or we're going to think something terrible has happened to you.
I always assume that people are laughing at me.
It's a good way to go.
Because you can only be pleasantly surprised or right. That's the only way.
There's one of 2 options, and I mean both are good. At least one way. Even if they're laughing at you, at least they're happy.
Yeah, that is true. I love to make people laugh. I love to entertain. And actually, secretly in the back of my mind, what I'm thinking right now, as these Hellions run out and he looks to be getting stunned, is where am I going to buy beer? Where is still going to be open that serves beer? Because I'm going to go and get some bottles of beer and go sit outside in the glorious weather after we're done with this cast.
Isn't it dark? It's pretty much dark where I am.
Oh yeah, but yesterday I was out in shorts and t-shirt at 1 in the morning. Don't ask. I don't sleep.
That's a peculiar thing to do.
I'm
not
a bit
going
of
to
an
lie.
insomniac. I mean, I go to bed at like 5 in the morning and wake up at like 9. So I don't sleep a lot. But then again, I don't do much for the day. I'm a student. Okay.
Well, anyway, coming back to the game, these two aren't doing a lot either, so I wouldn't feel bad. They're chilling. They're being like, okay, some Hellions are gonna have a bit of a party now, but the defense should be okay. There's a spine, some Zerglings forming the wall off, and 2 Queens in the natural.
And it looks like it's essentially like the standard meta build that we're seeing now. It's just been delayed by a considerable amount of time. He's gonna go for that biomine style, and these Hellions are gonna be irritating but not achieve too much.
And they won't, because there's the double evolution chamber wall off, the double queen, and the spine. And I love this build. It's so smart sim-citying like this. And if you're gonna do it, then do it good. And this is how you go about it.
Yep, and that third's just come up now. He's gonna start looking to move his queens down there. First thing's gonna come out trying to force these Hellions away, maybe try and clean 1 or 2 of them up.
And even if they manage to, well, even if they don't manage to, should I say, what are the Hellions going to do against the Hatchery?
No, nothing. It takes a considerable amount of time.
If they were Hellbats, then I'd be worried.
Yeah, they do double the damage, maybe triple.
They do insane damage. They kill everything instantly.
Oh, and here we go. Good links around, coming in from the back. Gonna try and force them up towards the queens. And there's so many places on Daybreak where Hellions can do this. Just run behind mineral lines and be really irritating.
And this is really all that we're hoping to see. And it's working really, really nicely here for PoYo, who actually has only lost a couple of Hellions so far.
Yeah, he has only 3 Hellions gone down, and I'm not sure how many links he's killed so much. 381 resources lost for the Terran versus 812, but these links should be able to finish these off. Oh, no, gonna get away.
Oh, one gets away. Get away, go tell the story. Send the messenger back to tell his friends not to come to this part of town.
And something that I find odd from PoYo, we're not seeing double eBay. He's taken that fast third, but he's just macroed himself up a huge force of Marines, with a few Marauders and a few Widow Mines sprinkled in. And no double eBay, so there's no Baneling Nest. Baneling Nest only just gone down now. It should be finished by the time the push gets there. But this is still a scary push.
It's a really scary push without that Baneling Nest. It's something that's going to be tough to do. And PoYo is taking that double engineering bay you mentioned behind this, and he's got the 3rd command center on its way out. So this is going to mean that he's going to be in a really nice spot. Jonah has got the 1-1 upgrades coming down, but he's got to hold this off first. 2 mines against predominantly only a Zergling force are just going to have to do so much damage.
Yeah, they are. And it all depends if he gets these burrowed in the right position. Oh, you can't lose that other mine. Is it going to burrow in time? Yes, it is.
It should do, but it needs to be careful. It does detonate on a queen. 1 queen goes down, and there's a lot more there. You've got to micro these Marines back in order to get them to go over the mines, but yeah, the 3rd hatch goes down. Jonah not in a good spot.
And this Banelings, are they going to connect? The Marines, good, splitting there. Marauders looking to tank all damage, and Jonah just engaging with those Lings before the Banelings were done, and he had nothing to tank for them, nothing to really surround and stop PoYo, and he lost barely anything there.
Now, if I was PoYo here, I would pull back.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got your 3rd, you got your double eBay, you turn around, you go home and go, I'll tell you what, I'll come back when the 3rd's been rebuilt and I'll come and kill it again. Yeah,
there's no reason to risk anything more. You know Banelings are out now, you know that this force gear cleaned up, and if you don't lose it, well, you've not lost anything really. Just a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders and a Widow Mine, and that's it. Going for the drop is okay, or threatening the drop is okay, but there's so many Banelings around here, it's probably not going to be effective. But if you go for a double drop into the main bases we've got coming across the map, that will be really effective.
Oh god, so he's going to have this drop here near the 3rd that he's looking to drop now. Then this force is going to push up into the natural while a double drop is going on in the main. And I'm not sure Jonah's going to have enough really to spread himself out and deal with everything.
It's spreading yourself out, and it's also just having the sheer APM to defend in 3 places at once. So actually, it looks like Jonah going to be okay, because the push in the center didn't come through. The drop gets picked up yet again, so that center drop was just really containing, and this now just comes down to a point that if this 3rd does get cancelled again, it's going to be such a traumatic point for Jonah.
Yeah, it's going to be almost an insurmountable deficit to climb out of. The one thing he has going for him though, he has Baneling speed done now. That is going to be so crucial with dealing with these small forces of bio that are going to be coming at him.
Now, the interesting choice is actually the Mutalisks that are on their way, because, let's face it, there's no missile turrets down at the moment for PoYo. He's got none. He's also got a relatively good number of Marines, but they're spread all across the map. They're dropping heavily. So, the Mutalisks serve two purposes. One, they stop the drops, some good bailing hits going off in the main as well. But two, they allow the counter-aggression.
Oh, I thought I was going to detonate on those banelings. That would have been huge. But yeah, these mutas, if he clumps them all up and starts really poking and prodding, trying to snipe bits off like this drop in the top, he's going to be able to do a lot more. Although if he just flies straight over the mine, it's going to do quite a bit of free damage. Oh, at least he knows this drop is here now, and PoYo knows that, and he's going to rejoin it with the rest of the army as he looks to push in and kill the third again, like we said he was going to do.
And if he kills this third again, it's just such a dangerous spot. But the banelings are rolling forward. The creep spread is quite nice. The Mutalisks need to come in and pick off those medevacs, but good splitting actually by PoYo at the moment. Jonah is in some problems. The Mutalisk counterattack coming through, but with missile turrets down, as long as the repair goes off, it should be okay.
And he put it in a really awkward spot to try and repair it.
Yeah.
If you're going to place one out, I'd like another one in the middle line. Third base has gone down again for PoYo, and he's lost almost nothing there. Retreat to the natural from the SCVs, there's no missile turret there.
And there's two Widow Mines even sitting, but not burrowed, which is a bit of a shame. And Jonah, GG's out. Oh no, PoYo GG'd out. Okay, so I'm a bit confused now, because
yeah. Okay.
Jonah was victorious, but by the ZZZZZ.
Oh, it makes me think that it was a lag out. Yeah.
Okay, so, admin.
Like...
Admin.
There is a game 3.
Okay.
I'm looking at a game 3 right now in my replay list. So, yeah, I think it was a lag out, but he goes, I lost. So, I think that was the decision. Can we get an official response from the admin?
I am just asking.
Yep. Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun. Richard's typing to me in Skype, ladies and gentlemen. He stopped typing, but there's no message appearing.
There's confusion.
Oh, he's typing again.
The little pencil is scribbling. It looks like a 2B.
Oh no, he's rubbed it out. He stopped. He stopped.
Don't have the results so fast.
Okay, so Richard's asking. In the meantime, let's go to game 3.
Yeah, we'll assume.
I think, to be fair, I don't know what the exact rulings are, but I would, if I was in Jana's position, yeah. I would think I'd lost that game.
I think that would have been the case. I think he might have been like, yeah, I lost.
His third base was down. His natural was dying. He was counter-attacking with the Mutalisks, but they weren't doing a huge amount of damage. So we'll find out anyway and let you know. We should know by the end of this game. But game 3, which is either a rematch or game 3 because Jonah said he lost.
Well, it is going to be on Whirlwind, so...
That means it's either going to be an 8-ball or a long game.
Well, he did do a 9-pool last game, so he's not afraid to throw that early pull down.
Well, here we go. We are loading into the game. We are in the game. And in the top left, we have the red Zerg, Jonah.
And in the bottom left, as our blue Terran, is PoYo. We're going to assume he took that last game. I'm pretty sure he did, because we are, in fact, in game 3. So there's no other explanation, really.
There is no explanation at all. But we'll wait and see. There should be one. Hang on. I've got a Skype message. Who's it from? Who's it from? Okay, it's not Richard.
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, so...
Yeah, I think PoYo has a lag problem since we've had kind of lag chats every single game so far.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, but in terms of build, currently Jonah is up to 10 workers, but no Overlord. Do you know what that means?
A 10 pool.
Well done. Do you play Zerg?
No, I don't. I have faced temples before.
Yeah, temples are a bit scary.
Twice. Yeah, they are. Especially on this map. And he's going the right way with the Overlord. Yep. Which is going to be such a huge benefit, because this is a map where you do not expect an all-in or any kind of really early pressure, because it's so big, but...
Unless, of course, you're Flash.
And then look at this, middle of the map, we got PoYo with a proxy rags and a second SUV following out, so we're going to have 11-11.
11-11 up against a Temple.
Who wins? I don't know. Temple, I think it's early enough that it's going to get all the Marines. Or they're in a big enough group.
Do you know who wins in this?
The fans.
Mice. No, mice win in this.
Mice?
Yeah, they get all the cheese. Ba-dum.
Oh!
See, this is what happens when the chat doesn't talk to me. I just go slightly crazy and I make worse and worse jokes. Until, like, I'm just trying to bait some flaming, to be honest. It's like, at least then I know they're alive.
Yeah, just even like a god damn it, I hate you so much for that joke. Anything like that. Queen coming out, so it looks like he's going to, well, that tells us nothing. He can just be using it for the injects to get the pressure, keep the...
I doubt he'll walk it across the map to join in the fight.
Exactly.
It's unlikely. But the Zerglings just running straight past. So now PoYo's going to be like, okay, no hatchery. And I just saw a lot of Lings. The Lings are actually going to the middle. They're going to find the barracks. Oh, no.
And this is where you run around the barracks, yeah. You play Ring Around the Rosie with the Marine and the SCV. And there's actually quite good structure for this, because you just run around the middle pit, and all these two Lings need to group up with their friends.
Yep, they do, and you actually need to stay around the barracks, because if you don't take out the Marines as they spawn, there'll get to be like a critical mass of them, which you suddenly can't engage with only a few Zerglings.
Yeah, and if I was PoYo, I'd cancel these two Marines, lift up, and wall off back home. And it's... no, going SCV pull. And actually, these Zerglings on mCon, they're going to die. And suddenly it's kind of turning. We've got 5 Zerglings in the middle of the map, 1 in the base, against 4 or 5 Marines, and 2 more about to pop out. If he times this well with the other Marines coming in, he can actually do quite well.
Yeah, he can do really well, and if he does, then actually Jona's going to be in a real big problem, and that's what we're going to see here. The Marines doing a nice amount of fire, a lot of Zerglings go down. In terms of resources lost, not really favouring Jona, who's down to just 6 Lings on the field up against 6 Marines. 12 more Zerglings, though, have just hit the field, 10 more in production as well. This is pretty bold. Both players going really aggressive.
Yeah, they are, and Choo Choo, here comes the SCV train into the natural bunker, is going down. He's going to look to use that to prevent any Lings kind of pushing in the surrounding. Going for the Queen now, but lots of dancing back and forth, lots of jigging jogging, but look how many Zerglings there are there.
All the Zerglings are coming in. They're getting a nice little surround here. The Queen takes out the SCV building the bunker, and now, of course, these Marines are just going to get taken out. Good positioning, the best they could hope for, but just so many Zerglings there is not looking too good. More SCVs getting pulled because PoYo knows he's down to just 8, and so he might as well just go all in.
Yeah, he has to go all in on this. I mean, he's lost so many SCVs already, but this amount of Lings, if he walls off correctly with the SCVs, he can fight this. And lots of Lings going down, 4 Lings left coming out back at home, but with 4 Marines against these 4 Zerglings in the middle of the map, 2 of them dying already. I just don't know if he can keep pushing. He just doesn't have any more SCVs to buffer with.
He doesn't, and without having more Zerglings to push with, well, so without having more anything really to follow this up with, PoYo is in such a terrible spot because Jona's just going to pump Lings.
Yeah, and he can afford to do that. He has the drone economy behind it, that he can still just pump Lings constantly and be fine. And with that Queen as well, that Queen is going to be such a huge benefit.
Yeah, the Queen can tank up quite a bit of damage, but also they don't do bad damage themselves. Obviously, 8 damage per hit. 8 DPS from 2 Queens, that's, well, 16 DPS. Suddenly these Marines start dying considerably quicker, and I just don't see PoYo being able to do anything here. He's got 8 Marines up against 24 Zerglings and 2 Queens.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I think it's time, PoYo.
There's also 2 Bravelings killing a Mule and an SCV in the main.
This is what we call a YOLO push.
Just like, I've got to do it. It's like, I know I've got to push in, but I know it's not going to work. So he tries to start a step the best he can, but the Zerglings just like, nom 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 nom. And goodbye, Marines.
Yeah, man, these Marines are going to die. Doing a really good job, though. But
they are dying with valor and honor.
Yeah. The last stand here of PoYo.